Happy Easter! Firstly, I'll apologise if there is a shortage of eggs in West London. I don't know about you, but as you can tell, I've had the most successful Easter egg hunt ever. I even found eggs in the Amazon. The store, that is. But which of these boxes contains the golden egg? That's the real question. Keep watching to find out.
Welcome to Top Trolley, where we taste, test, and approve the nation's favorite products. We've set out to compare leading brands to find out what you should be putting in your trolley. This is the age of information and comparison, so it's time we filled our trolleys with the best of British food. So sit back and enjoy the official Food Royal Rumble.
Since it's the Easter special, I thought I'd go the extra mile and bring you an egg-tastic treat. So along with the traditional product review, I'll also be reviewing these interesting looking eggs, including a duck egg, thanks to my Insta helpers. I'll also be explaining how I plan to get through 2 dozen eggs. God help me. And finally, I'll reveal what prizes are on offer in this episode and announce the subscriber who will be receiving the winning milk chocolate digestive from the first product test. So stay tuned because there's a lot quacking your way. Welcome to an Easter Top Trolley special. Since it's a special one, we thought we'll bring you special eggs and review those too. So come and join me and take a closer look at these really interesting eggs. In fact, I've put a display of them here in egg holders. And remember, as lucky subscribers, one of you will win an egg holder, well, a collection of egg holders, as well as we're going to throw in this egg timer, or a timer. Okay, come, let's have a closer look. Number one. Number one is a white traditional egg. They look like this, and on first glance, they look like a normal egg, in truth. If anything, a bit smaller, but that could be just to do with the size of the egg. Let's see what the yolk looks like. I'm gonna just cut into this. Oh wow, really deep, rich color. Looks quite thick and delicious. I'm gonna just tuck into this and give you a review of the flavor too. Very creamy. The taste isn't that strong, but you can see it's oozing egg yolk. That's a delicious egg. I've even seasoned it, which is very unlike me, if you know me. It's a really nice, creamy, smooth texture. That's delicious on its own. I can have that all day. Let's move on. Number two is this very unique and original blue egg. It's got a hint of blue. Number two, right, looks very similar to the other one. What I can say is that the egg white was really thin when I cooked it, so it was starting to break. How that tastes? Like a normal egg. The ones we're used to from the high street. Oh, just trying to compare the whiteness of, the consistency of this to the one that we had before. You can see there's a slight difference in hint of orange. This is a much lighter, not much lighter, but it's slightly lighter than the egg white. The texture seems very similar. More delicate, subtle taste. I definitely preferred the one before. I think 10 out of 10 for the uniqueness of the shell, but in terms of taste, not as enjoyable as the other one. Although I've eaten it all now. Right, moving on. Number three, this enormous duck egg. Yes, I said duck. Look at the size of this. And the shell is really solid. Although at the top you might be able to see it's slightly transparent. Although that said, when I cracked into this egg, it took me a while just to extract the actual egg out. And as you may expect, a duck, since it's a bit bigger, has a massive yolk. If you look at the size of that, that's rich, filled with liquid. I can't wait to tuck into that one. A bit harder as well. The white's it's a lot harder, maybe tougher. Let's break into this. See the juice. Oh, very yellowy color, indeed. But look, oh wow, look at the thickness. Not sure if you're getting that, but look at that. That's almost like jelly. Whoa. There we go. Very different, actually. It's got its own unique taste. It doesn't taste like a normal egg that we're used to from the supermarket. But look at how thick and rich this is. It's heavy in the mouth. So if you're like me and you're used to a normal egg, then it may be a bit too different. Whether it's from me, I'm not sure. I do love a lot of yolk, so you want to get dunking in that baby. It's brilliant. It just looks yellow now. Look at this. Wow, it's got that much liquid in it. Yeah, definitely for those that love a good yolk. The taste is something you might need to just get used to. It's a bit of an acquired taste, I would say. But that shouldn't put you off from buying it. Number 4 is this deep brown coloured egg. I think we're used to like slightly more paler brown, again from the normal high street shops, but this had a bit of a deeper colour. So let's see if it's got a richer yolk to it. Looks like another normal egg. Oh, I've just pierced the yolk here. Wow, that's the darkest of all of them. Look at that. That looks like blood orange. It's bleeding. Oh wow, I can't wait to tuck into this one. I can tell you, this just looks full of flavour. That's a rich taste. Now, that's what I'm used to. That's got that egg taste that we've all been brought up on. It's not as thick, the yolk, but it's really nice and smooth. I'm really enjoying that. That's really nice. Yeah, and the aftertaste is really nice as well. So because it's so rich, you feel like your mouth's just filled with that juice. And that's really nice actually. In a full English breakfast, I can see that just being perfect with a bit of toast on the side. That's really cool. That if you want to make an impression and impress your guests, look at that. That speaks volumes. Just the colour. Top effort. Right, what would be next is really interesting actually, because I chose these two. Tesco Finest egg, Marin egg. If I said that, chestnut egg. The reason I chose that is because it says it's got a rich golden yolk. This is what they look like. So I went for all the really unusual kind of eggs. So as you can see, again, it looks similar to the deep brown one. So that was, and you can see there's 2 eggs in here. It's because I also chose this. Waitrose's Long Stock Gold. It's got a really different looking colour. It's like a pale green. Again, I think it's a normal hen egg, but it says it's got a deep golden yolk, as you can see, and that's that one, and that's the Tesco Finest one. So I'm just gonna just break into those just to see whether it's anywhere close to the orangeness of this. Wow, they went wrong. That is really deep, rich, orangey, tasty yolk. I see why it's Tesco finest. That's really nice. That's really rich. That's creamy. That's soft. That's everything you'd want in an egg. I'm enjoying that, and it's got that. You know, in an egg yolk, you get that thick lump of yolk. It's got that in abundance. So you're actually chewing into the yolk a bit. It's cool. Biting into it, should I say? Okay, and then this is the Waitrose one. I'm just going to try and compare the two colours. I'd say the Waitrose one's probably more of a darker hint of orange or golden. Compared to this, not quite as orange as that one. If you're looking for an orange yolk, then definitely go for the one that I reviewed just prior to this. I'm gonna say the taste of these two is better than that one, because as I said, you get that. I'm getting that lumpiness in the yolk, which I like. It just gives it a bit more of a texture. Whereas the other one was a little too smooth, and so although it was nice in the mouth, it just went down too quickly. I'm really enjoying that as well. Probably tell I really enjoy eggs. Okay, finally, last but by no means least, this is a pullet egg or pullet egg. You're wondering if you're wondering what a pullet is or pullet is, it's a small hen, like a baby hen, under 1 year old, and they've only just been laying eggs. And so they haven't really found the egg laying groove as such, and that's why their eggs, if I pull, there we go, are traditionally smaller. So they just haven't got the capacity to make a big egg yet because they're so young. Whether it's worth paying more for one of these, I will soon find out, because they are a bit more expensive than a normal egg. But also rarer, so you know what the yolk is saying. Whoa, wow, very rich, very deep and dark colour. I did one brown one and one blue one. You may have noticed in the box that there was mixed colours. That's how I just bought it. Oh, very nice. Whether I'll pay a premium price for it, I wouldn't. I'm not so sure. I think for the gimmicky reasons, you'll probably just buy it just if you're intrigued. But I'm not tasting anything extra special there. For me, it's just an ordinary egg, but smaller, and I like my eggs big. Well, there you have it. I could go on eating all day. I hope you found that interesting. I hope, definitely go and explore the supermarkets. A lot of them have their own standard eggs and then the specialized eggs. It's really up to you what you choose. My advice, if you want something different, if you haven't tried a duck egg, then go for it. It might be your thing. It was my thing because it had a massive yolk, but the flavour was a bit too different for my liking. But everyone to themselves. Alright, continue watching because I will now review the official free range eggs that we were due to review. See you soon.
Since every supermarket had its own branded eggs, I needed a rigorous selection process to whittle 18 eggs down to the 6 finalists. I therefore created groups, and the highest ranked within each group, in terms of taste, protein count and price, qualified for the final showdown.
Okay, here we go. Just for the record, I think I've eaten about 15 eggs, and so these are the final 6. I can tell you that it's very hard to differentiate between the eggs. They're all starting to taste very similar, but having had a look at the colours, I'm hoping that there's an obvious winner. Let's go. So, egg number 1. Nice, well cooked. No soft centre. Not much liquid. Yeah, no liquid at all. Probably not catching the egg. Not much jelliness texture, but very bland on the yolk. Just tasting a lot of egg white there, so a bit disappointed. Nice gooiness. So remember, they were all cooked at the same time for the same duration, so the consistency should be very similar. I really like it, that soft medium boiled kind of texture, where you get a bit of liquid but you also get that, what am I trying to say, that's hardness but not too hard where it's very dry on your mouth. I think I've eaten most of it. A more thicker, creamier texture to the yolk. It seemed like it had much more quantity of yolk in this one. Tasted oddly very similar to the first one, but a much better balance of egg white and egg yolk. Moving on swiftly. I'm just going to race through these because, as I said, there's not that much difference between them. I'm hoping there'll be, as I say, a clear winner. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to eat this many eggs, but I'm giving it a go. Oh no, I was meant to put that in the tray. Okay, never mind. I'm gonna have to just skip that bit. Okay, I think that was it. Right, product number 3. See, in my qualifying rounds, I actually didn't feel the need to put salt because there were so many really strong candidates. But here, either my taste buds have just given up. Again, just lacking a bit of flavour in the yolk. I have that creaminess, which is nice. I'm looking for. Again, that balance is really nice, but I just need a bit more liquid. It's all too dry. It's going down really quickly, but I'm not being filled with a lot of flavour in the egg. Again, it just tastes like an ordinary egg, and it's not something I would make an extra journey for. Alright, 3 down, 3 to go. Here we go. Ooh. Where are you? Okay, that was much better. A nice creaminess, a nice bit of yolk. The egg white isn't too eggy. You know, where you've got that stale, eggy flavour at the end. That was nice. Like, I still feel the cream in my mouth. Yeah, that's a nice, distinct flavour there of egg yolk. And I'm having to almost clean my teeth with my tongue to get the egg yolk off it, because it's nice and gooey. It's nice and sticky, and that's why I like. Each their own, but if you're asking me, that was a very nice bit of egg there. Down to my last two. Oh man, my stomach's rumbling now. But I've got to be fair, we've got to be consistent. Here we go. Apologies for any burps or any passes of gas. It's just a one-off, I promise. Oh, where you go? Nice start. Really soft. It's as if it hasn't been cooked. It's that jelliness. A very light yolk. Sorry, what egg white? Egg white's really light. It's almost melts in your mouth. I don't mind that actually. My mouth was already over, and that's quite a big amount of egg that I just bit on. But the flavour almost dies too quickly as well. You know, it's almost there, but the creamy texture's missing. It was almost over too quickly. You're just almost, you're getting into it, and then it just goes. It goes way too quickly. Not that I'm asking for another egg, but it would have been nice for it to just stay in your mouth a bit longer, so that you could, get the full flavour of it. And finally, could this be the winning one? Boy, I'm struggling through this. Okay. I'm about to throw up, but here we go. We'll go. So the last one, last egg for a lifetime, or at least a year, until next Easter. Here we go. Let's save the best for last. Oh my word, I apologise if I've got egg yolk all over my face. That was so liquidy, I didn't expect it. That's the perfect balance for me. I'm going to be blunt about this. I enjoyed that by far. Like, wow. The first mouthful did it for me, to be honest. It was packed with liquid, it was packed with creaminess. It didn't have that eggy smell, it didn't have that eggy taste. That stale eggy thing. The firmness was perfect. You had to bite into it, but it dissolved nicely in your mouth. If there's any complaint, it was just maybe a bit more creaminess. But again, I'd rather it not be too hard, and I prefer soft, like a liquidy flavour or texture to a dry, thick one. So yeah, like that is everything you'd want in an egg. Again, I'm not sure what the colour of that egg is, but as you know, the colour doesn't impact the taste necessarily. It's a lot to do with the diet of the hen. So yeah, whoever that is, outstanding. Wherever that farm is, you're doing the right thing. You're feeding your hens with the right stuff. Keep going. And that's it. Let's move on to the score.
For the mystery test, we considered 3 core aspects. Firstly, the weight of the egg, for which we took the combined weight of 3 randomly selected eggs from each box, with the heaviest scoring the most points, of course. Then we looked at the appearance of the egg. For this, we considered how well the egg peeled and held its shape, and also the colour of the yolk. Finally, we looked at the yolk liquid factor. The more yolk, the more points. Unfortunately, I did not find a double yolked egg, but I did find a golden one. See the final scoreboard for the full results of this test.
In terms of the main content, we looked at protein because most of the other factors are very similar in an egg. I'm just going to whittle through this because they're all very similar. 12. And 13. Interesting. The worst tasting, but one of the highest in fact, the two worst tasting ones had the highest amount of protein. So maybe it's offset by, I don't know, salt or sugar, or the protein taste isn't something that I liked. Matter. On that note, I just want to point out at this point is if you look when you watch the end of the video and you see the fact sheet, the two brands that had the highest protein, which was at 14.1 grams per 100, were Waitrose and Sainsbury's. So if you're looking for a high protein amount in an egg, then go to Waitrose or Sainsbury's. Okay, we're at the climax. It's the last test. This could change the whole dynamic of the scoreboard. So let's get straight into it. Let's start with, I don't know, my least favourite one in terms of taste. And no surprises, it was extremely cheap. I don't know about you, I'm usually comfortable paying around $1.10 for an egg. So that comes really low. And perhaps it's the reason why it doesn't taste so good. Let's go to my favourite tasting. £1.01. Good, like a very good price. No reason I wouldn't even consider buying that, even if it wasn't to win. But at that price, it looks like a strong candidate for the winning position. I was expecting a lot more from the more luxury brands, you know, a much richer colour of the yolk and a much more creamier taste in the mouth. But no, as you can see, that this brand seems to be doing a lot for me. So let's see whether anyone is able to knock Asda off the top. They've won in the last 2 rounds. Surely they can't win again. I mean, they've made it onto the leaderboard, which is a big enough statement. But should they win it, you know, there's no reason why I wouldn't just shop in Asda from now on. Right, let's find out. Let's go to the podium and get those results. What an extraordinary day of product testing. Although I've lost my love for eggs, I've gained a special place in my heart for Asda products. They've won for the 3rd time in a row a hat-trick of trophies, and we've only had 3 product tests. I have no affiliation with Asda before you seem to suggest that I may have. In fact, I live right next to Tesco and I barely go into Asda. But that's the last of that, because from now on, at least the 3 products that we have tested, I'm only going to buy from Asda. Well done, Asda. We place yet another trophy of yours in the winning top trolley. Keep up the good work. A final word for our viewers. Thank you so much for following the series. Thank you for your positive feedback, your comments. It's been really helpful in my journey in producing top quality videos and things that would be of interest to you. Please spread the word of Top Trolley. I want this to be a community channel so that everyone can benefit from the information that I'm sharing. and we can encourage the supermarkets to produce much more quality products at more affordable prices. Do remember that as a subscriber, you could be winning yourself various freebies. So this is what's on offer for this episode. I will contact the lucky subscribers who've won the first 2 products. So just bear with me on that one. And finally, just a quick sneak peek on what's to come next. Since it's Ramadan next week, I will be testing samosas. It's something I've always wanted to do. There's so many out there on the market now. Some with like less than 20% of meat content. So I want to bring you that information to your homes so that you're not only buying the right products, but enjoying your breaking of fasts. And that's it. So continue to follow me. Subscribe if you haven't. Share the word, share the love, and enjoy your day and week. I look forward to seeing you soon. Take care. Bye. All the best.